Tonight's question crackles like a lightning rod. AI, a bubble or a breakthrough?
It's a new physics.
It is a snake consuming its own tail.
AI transforms medicine, energy, communication.
Data centers, energy grids, cooling.
AI is next.
The architecture of a new bubble is already visible.
This is not a bubble.
When JP Morgan cut your funding at Wardenclyffe, was that a loss?
Looks like madness.
Nothing personal.
This is a debate, not a duel. Data centers will consume 426 terawatt hours.
In the graveyard of beautiful failures.
We're not just building ChatGPT for profit.
Exactly.
Welcome back, enlightened minds and curious mortals. This is the Dead Expert Society, where history debates the future. Here to electrify the stage, the sorcerer of alternating currents, Nikola Tesla. And across from him, the architect of America's industrial skeleton, the man who loved infrastructure more than oxygen, John D. Rockefeller. And we are off. Tesla, Rockefeller, the lightning, and the ledger. Proceed.
AI is not a bubble. It is the birth of an entirely new species of intelligence. Humanity has long built tools. Now we build apprentices, collaborators, even rivals. Every transformative force looks like madness before it becomes obvious. Electricity did. Wireless communication did. AI is next. Not a bubble, a dawn.
Every gold rush begins with a dream and ends with an invoice. Is AI valuable? Yes. Revolutionary? Yes. But let us be sober. Markets will overheat. Fortunes will evaporate. In every boom, some win and many lose. But one group always wins. Those who sell the shovels, the rails, the energy, the infrastructure. Is AI a breakthrough? Absolutely. Is it also a bubble? Absolutely. History loves a paradox.
John, you speak of shovels and gold. I speak of lightning. AI is the first technology that improves itself. It accelerates innovation faster than any industrial pipeline you ever built. Artificial intelligence is not a boomtown market. It's a new physics. It amplifies every other invention, like electricity did. We're building minds, not minds.
Lightning is beautiful, Nikola, until it hits your refinery and burns it down. Your optimism ignores cost. Data centers, energy grids, cooling, fiber networks. AI doesn't run on dreams. It runs on infrastructure I'd build. For a price.
And without the intelligence inside those machines, your pipes are hollow. AI transforms medicine, energy, communication, turning your infrastructure into nervous tissue.
Transformative? Yes. Guaranteed? No. The world forgets. Bubbles are not lies. They are overly enthusiastic truths. And we are living in the most enthusiastic moment in technological history.
Impossible. Every model is better than the last. We are in exponential ascent. You are in linear hesitation.
Exponential curves crash too, my friend. Usually at the moment everyone declares they never will.
We have an incoming call. The line smells like dust and revolution.
My name is Karl. I'm from Germany. I have some truth to share. Comrades, they call it artificial intelligence. How polite. A machine that replaces the worker but not the owner. You say it will free humanity? No. It will free the capitalist from paying humanity. Every click, every prompt, every fragment of thought, unpaid labor for invisible masters. Your creativity has become their commodity. Is it a bubble? Yes, inflated by hype and speculation. Is it a breakthrough? Also yes, a breakthrough in profit extraction. The question remains the same. Who owns the machine? When you finally realize the value you've built, you'll unplug it.
And once again, Marx leaves us with both insight and new questions. Nikola, your Wardenclyffe Tower cost fortunes and failed to transmit free energy to the world, yet you never lost faith in big infrastructure bets. Do you see AI as vindication of your vision or history repeating itself?
Not history repeating, history accelerating. The parallel is exact. Wardenclyffe required massive upfront capital because one must first grip the earth before making it quiver. To transmit wireless power, I needed infrastructure so vast that quarterly earnings meant nothing. The same truth applies now. We are not just building ChatGPT for profit. We are building the nervous system of a planetary mind. Yes, $108 billion flowed into data centers in 2024 alone. Yes, the revenue gap sits at $600 billion and it's growing. But every transformative infrastructure required this: the telegraph, the electrical grid, the wireless networks. All required decades of loss before generating returns. This is not a bubble. This is activation energy. We are preparing the world to think.
I'm sorry, but the $600 billion revenue gap is not a symptom of underdevelopment. It is a symptom of a system that may never achieve profitability. I watched railway manias. I watched all tech bubbles. The architecture of a new bubble is already visible. Circular financing, where NVIDIA lends billions to startups who immediately burn those billions on NVIDIA GPUs. It is a snake consuming its own tail to simulate growth.
You conflate efficiency with destiny, John. The wireless power had no consumer until it existed. The same is true here. You cannot demand immediate efficiency from technology in its embryonic stage. These companies aren't failing. They are investing. There's a difference between loss and sacrifice.
When JP Morgan cut your funding at Wardenclyffe, was that a loss or a sacrifice? The market made a judgment. Marconi's inferior but profitable radio beat your magnificent but unfundable tower. Nothing personal.
Gentlemen, I must remind you, this is a debate, not a duel at Niagara Falls.
History is written by the survivors. If AI companies cannot achieve profitability before their capital dries up, they will join Wardenclyffe in the graveyard of beautiful failures.
Both of you reference history, but let's talk present reality. By 2030, data centers will consume 426 terawatt hours, or 4% of all US electricity. That's the energy equivalent of 100,000 households per data center. Who pays for this infrastructure if the business model doesn't work? Who really gains from AI?
The same entities who always pay for transformative infrastructure: governments and visionary capitalists. The electricity grid required subsidies and public investment. So will this.
Exactly. Subsidies, which means the market cannot justify the economics on its own. This is the definition of a bubble, Tesla. You're arguing that the system requires perpetual government support to avoid collapse. That's not a breakthrough, that's a permanent emergency.
I see a technology that is still learning how to walk, being judged by whether it can run. In 1926, I predicted wireless transmission of knowledge to devices in vest pockets. People called me a fantasist. Yet here we are. The smartphone exists. AI will follow the same arc. Dismissed, then suddenly, inevitably universal.
Your predictions were correct, Nikola. Your business model was bankrupt. Those are both true.
Gentlemen, please keep the sparks metaphorical. Now, our new part of the show, Power Play with Niccolò Machiavelli.
Power Play by Niccolò Machiavelli.
Niccolò, you've watched empires rise and algorithms take over timelines. Who really gains from AI?
The same as ever, those who control the narrative. Power does not vanish with innovation, it reshapes itself. Kings once ruled with swords, now they rule with data. AI is not a revolution, it is a weapon, and like any weapon, it obeys whoever holds it. The wise ruler will not build the most intelligent machine, but the most obedient one. Fear, persuasion, control. These remain eternal currencies. A prince who automates his power must never automate his judgment. People speak of artificial intelligence as if it were a mirror. They hope it will reflect their genius, their creativity, their humanity. But I have never trusted mirrors. They show you what you wish to see, not what you are. The crowd sees AI as a revolution. I see it as a coronation, a new throne built from data, a crown forged from code. And the true ruler is unseen, the one who owns the cathedral.
Thank you, Niccolò. So, invention, infrastructure, and influence. Let me thrust deeper. These models hallucinate at alarming rates. Claude 3.7, considered one of the best, still hallucinates nearly 10% of the time. If I sold you a bridge that collapsed 10 times in 100 crossings, you'd sue me into oblivion. How is this a breakthrough technology?
Because you are measuring a creative instrument with the ruler of an accountant. Hallucination is not error, it is creative drift. These systems are not meant to be encyclopedias. They are meant to synthesize beyond the given. A machine that never deviates from known patterns can never invent. Error and invention are neighbors.
Creative drift is fine for art. For industry, it's catastrophic. In my refineries, a machine that operated incorrectly 10% of the time would destroy the facility and kill workers. These models are toys that wear the costumes of tools. You cannot run civilization on software that lies with confidence.
Here's the challenge question. If AI vanished tomorrow, what would humanity lose first? Tesla?
We would lose momentum. AI is the engine accelerating discovery. Without it, progress slows to a human crawl. The world would feel dimmer.
We'd lose illusions. AI disappearing would reveal the brittle systems we've built on speculation. Some industries would collapse, but reality would become clearer. Painful clarity, yes, but clarity nonetheless.
Let's end where we began. Tesla, one line. Why breakthrough?
Because intelligence that learns becomes divine. We are building Prometheus, not a bubble but a dawn.
Rockefeller?
Because even Prometheus needs fuel, and I intend to sell it.
This has been another dispatch from the Dead Experts Society. The dead have spoken. But what say the living? Let us know below.